Good morning, ladies. My name is Michelle. I'm 27. I have two boys. One is 4, the other one's 2. Um, my oldest, we got a lot of doctor appointment, blood work. Um, just found out when he was 2, 2 years old, 2 or 3, that he had autism. But the doctor was telling us he was deaf. Um, he couldn't hear, so they did a ABR test while he was put to sleep. Found out he can hear. So, so that was a little stressful. So then he just had, cause there's something wrong with his feet. Um, so he had a MRI done. So we just got the results back a while ago, and the new doctor we got, she looked at his results from 2 years ago, because the result from 2 years ago, it had like a gray shaded part in his brain, but she said she wasn't worried about it. So the new doctor um looked at the one 2 years ago and the new one. She called us right away and said there's something not right with his brain. So she wants to do another MRI. So who knows how long that would be, because the virus going on and stuff. So so we got all the testing. My one of my friends, her son has autism. So the one last year or so, she was over, and she was playing with my oldest one, and my oldest one was doing like the systems like her son did. So immediately we called for help. We called for help. We called Children First. We called John McGivney. Um, and about so they come to the house every 2 weeks or so and work with both of my kids, because my youngest one has autism too. So we just worked. Um, he's not talking. He stopped eating about a year ago. So we have a speech therapy. We have a feeding therapy. Um, but it's stressful, yeah. Um, but the speech therapy gave us um like pictures, like have pictures on it to like point into them. So we're working on that. He doesn't respond to his name, so we So practically we've been working really hard, working hard with both kids. He just started walking. My oldest just started walking practically almost about a month ago. Um, he just turned 4 in March, so he starts school in September. So the school will have help, like people there to help him since he has autism. Um, his feeding improved a little bit, but it's still because he doesn't want to eat like wet foods. It's like hard foods he will eat. So yeah, just running around, doctor's appointments, um, tests. Um, the only word he will say is "mum," nothing else. So we're trying to teach him stuff, but he doesn't understand what you're saying. So it kind of hard to explain like to him. So it's stressful. Yes, it's hard with two kids. Just found out your little one has autism, but most likely you gotta be strong for both of them. But it's really good to have people that will come to your house and help you with them, work with them, teach them, play with them. He, my oldest, he loved cars, so I would just cars, music, lights. He really liked lights, so um, he will play with things that light up, throw them in the kitchen. When he wants something, he will throw his bottle in the kitchen. Um, if the cartoons stop, he will walk to the kitchen. Um, he likes water. I had my pregnancy was actually good. Like I had them natural. Pregnancy was fine. Um, when my first son was born, he he had a hernia, and inside the hernia he had two bowel loops inside the hernia. So when he was 6 days old, he was in the sick children's hospital for a couple of days because they had to remove it. But other than that, both of my pregnancies went good. I was happy about it. I got the epidural. Can't feel nothing. um, but everything went well. Both of them weighed like Jace weighed like 7 pounds and 5 ounces, and Jaden weighed like 7 pounds and 5 ounces. Yes, we have a speech therapy coming from Children First in Windsor, um, coming to the house every week or so. Every 2 weeks they come to the house and work with him, show him pictures, um, play bubbles with him, try to talk to him. Because usually when they come and work with him, we shut off the TV. He will eat. Um, he likes those baby snacks, those puffs. He will eat those. He will eat a whole thing of puffs. That's the only thing he will eat. Um, I gave him an apple. He took a bite in and out of apple, a peach, but he those are practically the only things he will eat cookies. So practically the puffs he will eat most likely. Every time you try and feed him something, he will choke, gag until he throws up. So, cause right there with the feeding issue for him, it's really stressful. Cause when you try and eat in the living room, um, he will come over, try and take your fork, try and take the food off your plate. But when you try and give him food, he will choke and gag till he throws up. So we still have a issue with food. Now my youngest is the same way. He doesn't want him to feed him. It practically he wants to feed himself. But practically they just eat puffs. Um, my youngest, he's gonna be 3 in May. Um, he hasn't talked. He just babbles. He just babbles. He will walk if he's holding on to something like the walls. If you're holding his hand, he will walk. But he still hasn't let go. We always try to stand him up, let him go, but um, I think he will just be like my son, my oldest, because my son just started. My oldest just started walking, so my youngest is gonna be 3 May 8th. So who knows? Stressful for everything. Yeah. So now they want to do all the tests that my oldest one did, the blood work, the test for that sickle cell. They also want to do an MRI, but who knows? Who knows? Because the virus is just holding everything back. Um, but they're on the waiting list for. They're on this waiting list for the next MRI, everything, blood work. Um, Yeah, they're sleeping right now, so you can. If they weren't sleepy, you can hear them all screaming by now. Yeah, so my son's feet, they're kind of, he's unbalanced a little bit, um, cause, from John McGinney, she gave us, um, foot, like, the foot brace to go in my son's shoes to help it, like, so the bone doesn't grow all the way and his feet are stuck like that. But his feet are so big, she had to take them back, um, because trying to find them shoes for school, can't find them shoes because shoes are big. Um, they share the same room. Like, so if my oldest one, I think a little bit, because he doesn't really sleep at night. Like, um, he most likely stays up all night, watch cartoons, and like I try shutting off the TV, shutting off the lights, but he would just keep screaming and screaming for the TV to be back on. My youngest, he sleeps through everything. Like he will sleep. He so so um. But usually my youngest will sleep, like he fights his sleep. Sometimes he'll fall asleep on his own on the floor in the living room. My oldest will just crawl up on the couch and lay on me and fall asleep when he's tired. But most likely, they're a little rough with their sleep. It's 10:16 p.m. a.m. Yeah. Yeah, we always try shut the TV off, but he throws a he will kick, cry, scream. Um, so usually I just go in the next room because there's a couch. When he behaves like that, I just put him right to bed, shut off the TV. Um, yeah, lots of oh yeah. Because usually I don't bring them downstairs until about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and my oldest would be still awake. Um, Usually he will fall asleep eventually when he's tired, but usually that's not till like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. But so, because usually when he's tired, I will shut the TV off, shut off the lights, um, put him to bed. Sometimes, but usually he will fall asleep. Like, it takes him a really long time for him to fall asleep, but he does. Like, um, but usually whenever he just fell asleep at what time this morning? 7:30 this morning. Um, he finally fell asleep, so he will sleep about 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Yeah, kids love their TV, their cartoons. Because when I have my kids upstairs in the living room, there's a slide. Well, it was supposed to be outside, but I brought it in because my son, he liked to look out the window at the cars driving by. So, mhm, yeah. Because usually when we turn off the TV, if they're both sleeping, but then if one wakes up, then TV will have to be turned on. Usually, if my youngest one wakes up, um, usually I would just turn on my tablet, um, and give it to him in the crib, so I don't have to turn on the big TV. Mhm, they sure do. Cause I have a fireplace, so my son would stand up right up on the fireplace and watch his cartoons. He knows how to get up there. He knows how to get down. But usually he will watch cartoons on the slide. Lay at the bottom of the slide and watch the cartoons. Yeah, very. It's rough though, because partially I thought they were just all the doctors were telling us he was deaf. Um, he needed tubes in his ears because his ears wasn't draining normal. But he had my problems anyways, because my ears, I had like tubes done in my ears like 10 times when I was a kid because I couldn't hear. So, but his hearing came back normal. Um, Other than that, Jaden, my youngest, he can hear because when you call his name, he will look at you. But Jace, when you call his name, he won't look. If you sing the wheels on the bus, he's like, "Where's that coming from? Where's that coming from?" Then he will come over, sit right in front of you. Yeah, it's been rough because when they're babies, you don't know if they're healthy. Like, well, they were healthy anyways. Um, my oldest, he loves water. Oh my god, and he's obsessed with water. Um, he plays in water. He loves his bath. Since first day he was born, he just stayed asleep. He didn't cry. He didn't. I'm like, great. I have a baby that loves water. So I got him a little kiddie pool. Oh, splashing, dunking his face in the water, um, laying in the water. My youngest, whew, um, he loved water. At first, when he was a kid, nope, water, no. Um, so, like, cause the first hearing test they did, um, he wouldn't sit and long enough to do the hearing test. Um, so they practically just said that he was deaf. So we went to the hearing specialist, and he looked in his ears and said that he would need the tubes because his ears are not draining. Um, so he got the tubes in a while ago. After that, they did a ABR test while he would they put him to sleep for it, um, and found out he can hear. So he just not responding to his name. So I think it's just all from the autism, the one. So the doctor that's gonna diagnose him, um, she's hoping it, the virus is done in May because she wants to see him, my oldest, in June. Um, so she can diagnose him with severe autism. We were there was only I was in the room for the one because you had to hold him, like hold his arm so he couldn't take the headphones off. But he wouldn't. He doesn't like being touched. Um. So so they just told us right there and then that he was deaf. But when they put him, me and my mom was in the room for that ABR test. When they put him to sleep and they did his hearing test through his brain, and after that's when we found out he can hear. That would like me too. Like I have ear problems. Um, like I have to wear earplugs when I go swimming. I have to wear them taking a shower. I practically had two done like 10 times. I had to replace them because they keep falling out. But other than that, they just don't understand what you're trying to say to them. Well, they put them. It's not really headphones, kind of. They put in. Um, it was like It was like a dark room, and the lady on the other side was talking to like a mic, kind of, but he wasn't even looking or paying attention. Um, they had like a like a animal in a little glass thing that lights up, and but he wasn't doesn't didn't really care, I guess should say, about it, because if he did he would have looked. But other than that, youngest one moving around. Yeah, other than that, it just a whole bunch of tests, just tests and tests. Ugh. Driving to Windsor, driving for this test, driving to see this doctor. Ugh. because um, like when they did the MRI, it took 4 hours for an MRI. 4 hours. Ugh. Put him to sleep. He did not want to wake up. Nope. So waited about half an hour or so. Wake him up. Try and wake him up. Nope. Waited the next half an hour. Nope. So he was still put asleep. The nurse like, okay, you guys can go, while he was still put to sleep. The nurse even helped carry his diaper bag to the car. I'm like, this usually they have to wait until kids wake up from being put to sleep. But not this nurse, because I think because the virus is going on. Um, I think that's why. But he didn't wake up until after 10 that night from being put to sleep. Um, yeah, because I think what caused my order to not eat, he had a lump. He got a lump on his chest. Um, that we took him to the doctors here. They don't know what it was. They our family doctors sent him to the sick children's hospital. They removed. It got so big where um it got so big when we were at the sick children's hospital, and they did a MRI of it. It popped. Um, but they took a piece from it to take tests from it. Um, but nothing came back. Like everything was normal. Now we're just having a hard time because he used to eat everything: mashed potatoes, watermelon, ice cream, everything. Now it's just him stop eating, him eating snacks. hmm Like I keep thinking to myself, like like it's hard, yes, but you have to be strong and like work with them. Like always be there and play with them, and well, they don't they don't pay any attention to me anyways when their cartoons are on. But like sometimes if I'm sitting on the ground, they will come and sit on me, play. But other than that, they don't really understand. Um, he's on our family doctor put him on Pediasure since he's not eating. So yes, he does. He's on Pediasure. Um, so other than that, he'll eat his snacks. Um, um, like usually I would take him like when it's nice out, take them for walks, take them to the park, go on the slot swings. But the virus is just holding everything back. Like I was thinking, because there's a autism water park at in Niagara Falls called Great Wolf Lodge. Now we're planning to take them there for 3 days, but who knows when it's all going to be over. Says my oldest, he loves water. Um, he loves his teeth brush. Um, doesn't like him touch. He doesn't like you touching him. When you try and touch him, um, he doesn't like you touching his hair. He doesn't like touching you. If you're touching him, he will push you away. Um, I I'm starting to teach him to give kisses. So he will do it sometimes, but not all the time. He try and bite most of the time. Um, but yeah, very stressful. Um, um, very hard. I don't know what's gonna happen next. Like since there's something wrong with my son's brain, who knows how long for this next MRI, right? So it's just that weight, like oh, it's lots of. I never been there, but I see it on Facebook. Um, lots of water parks, a kids room like to play in for autism kids. Even like their rooms are huge, but the kids they all have their own rooms. They have like bunk beds in a separate room for the kids. Um, so I never been. I always wanted to go, but like with tests, a whole bunch of testing and like appointments, the virus, it just oh, it's very hard. Usually, like my youngest, when he first wakes up, he cries. He screams like no tomorrow. My oldest one goes, hoo, 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 like an owl when he first wakes up. I'm like, really? Um, like my oldest, he starts school in September. That's gonna be scary. Really, really scary. But the tests, left and right, blood work, tests, put to sleep, um, everything. Um, yeah, it's really hard. uh He, if his youngest brother's standing up, he will come along and push him down because he doesn't want him to stand. He will bite his brother. He will pull his hair. Yeah, we always tell him no, don't do that, but he still keeps doing it. Oh, it's hard. Um, yeah, but usually, 'cause my friend, her son, um, had autism, so that's probably how we found out. Um, my son has it before we seen doctors. Like, no problem. Yeah, he starts in September. Um, but this virus going on, who knows when he will start. But they said in September. So school, but at least they're gonna have help for him at the school. So so that's good. But the he didn't really care for the classroom. Um he liked the gym though. He liked walking the halls, the big machine that cleaned the floors in the school. He liked the gym. He likes the little scooters that they have. hmm So sorry everyone, just making a bottle for the youngest one. He's moving around, so he will wake up soon. Make a whole bunch of noise in this house. Um, but other than that, it's just the wait list. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, more help, faster it can be recovered. Um, so, but other than that, it's just so. Ow, they're gonna sleep all day. Which they always sleep all day, up all night. Because around here, usually it's one one falls asleep, the next one falls asleep, the other one wakes up, back and forth. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, usually just back and forth while they're sleeping. One wakes up, the other one falls asleep. The other one falls asleep, the next one. Ugh. And it gets harder because, like, when you sit in the living room, they both get mad. They both scream because they don't like the cartoons on the TV. So, yeah. Been through thick and thin with these two. Hmm. What stresses me the most is him not talking, especially not eating. I always do. Yeah. Hmm. Anything else? Um, um, our speech therapy wants us to do the pictures first, like point to the pictures so he understands what they are before we do the talking device. So that so because he give us the speech therapy, give us a whole bunch of pictures Mhm. Anything else from the ladies that do the main page? All right, ladies. Thank you for joining me this morning. I hope all of you have I hope you guys have a good day. Be safe